Nitri Bay is a very protected bay with beautiful view. We were happy to anchor there and had a nice time, but the days became shorter and rains came more often. The winter slowly set in, and it meant to us time to go to our harbor. Welcome to Sailing Sofia with Tui and Max. Come with us to explore Nitri with its harbor and hike to Nitri Waterfall. Then we set sail the last time to quiet anchorages that feels like our own private paradise before bringing our boat to the marina for a winter break. Walking around the port of Nitri was one of our favorite walks. This off-season there was no tourism activities, only the locals taking care of their boats. Restaurants along the pier were closed, except cafes and restaurants in town. We made a dinghy ride to visit the church Agios Kyriaki, which was also closed in the off-season. However, we could enjoy a nice view of the Nitri Bay's entrance. We also took a dinghy ride to Flijo Bay and walked around the small quiet town. Then we hiked to the Nitri waterfall. It was 4.5 kilometers uphill and it took us 2.5 hours to hike up and down. As we arrived there, we were disappointed to see the waterfall almost dried out. There was only a small pond and just a little bit of water running down along the stony wall. However, it gave Max a good refreshing bath after this hike. On our way back, we stopped at a small taverna and I had for the first time a Greek coffee and Max had a Greek beer with a mess, which is a small dish offered for free when one orders a drink. The sunny days in autumn were perfect, not too hot, just enough to keep us warm and energized. But the weather was oft inconsistent. We learned to enjoy the moment and adapt ourselves to the changes. We cooked warm food that simply was the highlight of our day when outside everything were gray and cold. Suddenly November was there. We must slowly go north to reach our winter berth. The forecast showed that we had a few sunny days ahead, so we decided to anchor at some places on the way before heading in Lefkas Marina. Our first anchorage was the Varco Beach, which is at 5.8 nautical miles northeast from Nidri. We had almost 12 knots of wind and could sail nicely all the way there. We had the bay all for ourselves, and that reminded us again why we chose this lifestyle. All the bad days disappeared from our mind, and we let ourselves soak in the nature's beauty and calmness. The next day we went on land and hiked on this bit of land that separates this bay to the next one. Was? Mhm. Und that is our home. After 2 days at Vaco Beach, we motored to Paleros to do some shopping as we were out of food. It was 4.6 nautical miles. We anchored outside of the marina and took our dinghy to go on land. Paleros is a small charming village with narrow cobblestone streets. As all other places, Paleros was very quiet in the off-season. We were one of the rare guests at the harbor cafe. As we left Paleros, it was already mid-November, but we still wanted to anchor one last day before heading in the marina. We had a peaceful and amazing sunset to sum up our first sailing year in the Mediterranean. The next morning we motored into the channel leading to Lefkas Marina. We were quite stressed out, as it was the first time Max docked Sophia in a marina. But it was not so difficult with the marinero assistance. We spent our first winter in a marina, as we must do some much needed upgrades and repairs to keep Sophia seaworthy. To follow our journey, please subscribe so you don't miss any video. Thanks for watching. See you next week.